In this recipe, I'm going to show you how to kind of bump up the health properties of your guac. And now I know you're probably thinking, guacamole, really? You know, we've had it 1,000 times. You know how to make it. You can easily buy it. But the cool thing about this is that we're actually going to add turmeric to it. And I know a lot of us have heard about this because of the anti-inflammatory properties, and that's so true. But the reason I love adding it to my guac is because it becomes way more bioavailable. And bioavailable means that it's easily absorbed and used by the body when turmeric is combined with two things. So one is an oil, and we don't have to add an oil to this because we already have the oil and the fat from the avocado. And the second is freshly ground black pepper. And most people usually do add pepper to their guac. So it doesn't really change the flavor of it because we're not going to add a ton. I don't actually like the flavor of turmeric, so it just makes it kind of a little golden in color. So I'm just going to add a little bit now, and it makes it, like I said, a lot more bioavailable, and you get kind of your, you know, just adding about that much. So maybe like a teaspoon, if that, to it. And then we're going to, of course, add our freshly ground black pepper. And like I said, I don't have a special, this one's just organic, a combination of 3 different peppercorns. I don't have a special grinder, but you want it to be freshly ground black pepper. So in the moment, not just already stuff that's already ground up ahead of time. Those are the two things, that and the oil, that's gonna make it much more bioavailable. But yeah, we're not gonna taste the turmeric. And just a little bit of salt. So I'm using Himalayan pink sea salt. And as a side note, we always want our salt to be, we never want it to be like pure white. White means that it's really been treated and heated at high temperatures, like 1200 degrees, and then added usually synthetic iodine. That's, you know, iodized table salt. We don't want that. We want it to be natural from the earth and not treated with these high temperatures. And then, of course, some people like to add like chopped red onion or even red pepper flakes. That's fine too. I was adding red pepper flakes and then kind of felt like they were too big, so I went without that. You can add jalapeno. I'm gonna actually add something else too. I'm gonna add this kelp seasoning, and this you can buy online. I buy it at Whole Foods. What's nice about this is that it says on here 1 teaspoon, so again, very little, has 970% of iodine. And you don't want to add too much to this. I just sprinkle it on salads, baked potatoes, guac, anything like that. Just a little bit and it's fine. You don't really taste it. Too much and it starts to taste a little sea vegetable-y-ish. And why this is nice is because women especially need iodine, because iodine is needed by the thyroid, breast, and uterus, but the thyroid can only hold on to it for 24 hours. So we as a whole are very deficient in iodine. So all you need is just a little bit. You can do more, but like I said, it kind of makes it taste a little bit, you know, too much like the sea, and you get that, but just a little bit and you don't taste it, just like the turmeric. We're not adding too much. So aside from our salt and pepper and turmeric and our kelp seasoning, I am just going to add a little bit of lemon. I just think it just kind of brightens it up as well. And anytime you can add lemon, lemon is great. It just, you know, it's the acid. It kind of, like I said, brightens things up, brings it together. And it also is really good at squeeze it on a salad a lot of times, especially if I'm out to eat. I'll ask for some lemon wedges. It will kill parasites. So that's always good because parasites love unwashed fruits and vegetables. And a lot of times we're just not producing enough stomach acid if we're eating while watching TV or eating while we're stressed or watching our phone or looking at our phone. We're just not producing enough stomach acid. So, and like I said, this spice, all my spices are non-irradiated, because we don't want the radiation that they use to treat spices, because they do that because it kills the bugs that spices, you know, are known for and prone to. But we want definitely organic spices, and it should say that on the label as well, because you don't want what it does to the other spices. It's not good for the body and not healthy. All right, so mash it up, chunky, smooth, however you like it. And then the second reason why I love this is because I know it's guac, it's so simple, It's inexpensive. It's kind of looking a little golden, as we can see from the turmeric. So as long as you're not a big color person, that's okay. But what's great about this is that I just roasted a sweet potato, so I stuck just a few slits in it and roasted it in an oven at 400 for about 35 minutes. This one is pretty thick. You can, if you don't have time, you could just peel it and steam it. But what's great about this is so satisfying. You get the carbs from the sweet potato, and then you get the fat from the avocado, and then, you know, the little bit of salt. It's just such, it is just such a satiating dish. I'm somebody who likes to go back to the kitchen for more or have a cookie after I eat. This is one of the few recipes where I am totally, like I said, satisfied after it. And I will go through this whole guac, don't get me wrong. This is a big sweet potato. And it's so good. So cheers to your health and getting in touch with your intuition.